Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to Horizon Forbidden West. You'll remember at the end of the last video, things kind of kicked off. We're currently being attacked by the TENAKTH warrior. I can't quite remember her name. On her robot raptor, all her bristleback people are now charging us down. I have no ammo or power because I'm using something stupid, that's why. There she... Look at that. Wait, can I take these guys down? Well, no, with shots like that I can't. Bloody Nora. Oh yeah, I can. Cool.
Here they come! They're onto us.
Right, I need to probably use this. I'd have to actually hit a shot for the first time in my life.
Gotta take out the machine riders on the field.
Yeah, let's just focus on that.
Leave them! Finish the enemy! Now they're scared.
Hey, hey!
Machine down!
Come here, you. Ow.
What?
Get out of here. Ugh. Whoa. They're not even wrestlebacks. I thought they were. Oh yeah, that's the triple you want, you know. The horns, the antlers.
We can win this.
We can win this. God damn. Oh, hello, cheeky.
Give them support.
Woo! Look who is still standing up. Yeah! Get down. Let's get him, buddy. Teamwork makes the dream work.
We can win this. Let the hunt begin. What a shock attack hurting. Do you need ammo? We got this. Target her. No!
This is brutal.
You and me now, bro.
You know what this reminds me of so much is the
Go! Go!
the warg scene in Two Towers from Lord of the Rings.
You shouldn't have done that. I'm on this one.
You seen this bristleback here? It's got You're not going back up, buddy. Apparently you are. This bristleback here has Tell you what.
Here's ammo.
It's got the corruption mechanic kind of thing that we saw in the last game.
They're finished. Got her. Can you knock some
Nice.
pieces off it? Now you can take them down.
Okay. Not quite.
I'm on target.
Swap to the acid arrows. I think it's stuck. It's about to be dead. Whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't die.
We better track them down. They really want us. Let's wipe them out.
This thing's a monster. There we go.
Enough! You, Outlanders! I'll skin you both!
Chief, grant me the honor of this challenge.
Granted.
Good regard to get smashed. Oh, he's even getting off his picky. You're very helpful, buddy. Oh, he's back up. Paul, just sit down, okay? This is not the fight for you, buddy.
Girl.
I've never seen a shield like that. Better scan it. I can break through his shield if I damage it enough.
Okay.
I've got to get through that shield.
This battle is done!
Get juked on, son.
Break his guard. There, now's my chance. Give it up. His shield's regenerated.
Did a lot of damage, though.
Shield's gone. He's vulnerable.
That won't
Not really playing up a fight, is he? That won't stop me. I can't read. Make sure I loot him before anything happens. Are you not entertained?
Your turn. Come down here and face me.
No! It was an honorable challenge. You've earned your life today. Comrades! Mark this day! Today you have decimated the Marshals, slaughtered the Karja. So begins our war on Hikaru. Move out!
Man, that router is so cool. It really is so cool.
Get him to the camp. Now.
You gonna make it?
You're going on without me, aren't you? Guess I'm stuck with Aaron. For now.
Come on. I'll take you back to the fort.
I got you.
It's salvage time, boys.
Don't think it can take a hit, but I should be able to use it to glide.
Aloy. We're still trying to sort out this mess. Seems like the TENAKTH have a civil war in their hands.
That sounds about right. The Marshals weren't expecting Regala to attack.
And the entire Karja delegation was slain. Nozar, Voidis, Fashav. A massacre. What will you do now?
I have to head west. Hopefully this rite of passage is still good. For what I'm after, I'll cross all of TENAKTH territory if I have to.
Then you have a long road ahead of you. This is only the threshold of the Forbidden West. The TENAKTH's true domain lies over the mountains that border Plainsong, home of the Utaru tribe.
This isn't TENAKTH territory?
All that out there? That's no man's land. It was supposed to be neutral ground, though obviously this Regala ignored that. Her rebels approached from the north, with all those machines they were riding. They must have made camp up that way.
The rebels were riding bristlebacks. And there were bristlebacks in the Daunt.
Are you saying the rebels let them into the Daunt? How would that even be possible?
I don't know. But it's worth looking into.
While you're at it, there were a number of Karja and Oseram who went out there before the gates were shut for the embassy. Maybe you could check in on them. See if they're all right.
I can keep an eye out. Is there a tall neck somewhere nearby?
A tall neck? There's that one, over there, near the Utaru border. But why...
It's hard to explain. It'll help me get the lay of the land.
If you say so. Is there anything else I can tell you before you go?
I'm sure there is.
Fashav called Regala a rival. Someone that TENAKTH chief should have killed.
Yeah, I reckon he should have. She's obviously a huge threat. Her attack was coordinated and precise. Until you got in her way, that is.
They knew the lay of the land. And they knew Fashav was going to be handed over at the embassy. If the TENAKTH weren't expecting her, she must have spent months gathering an army in secret.
They had to have made camp nearby. Somewhere they could lie low until the perfect moment to strike.
About Fashav.
The man was taken captive by the TENAKTH. Survived for years out in the west, only to die just short of the Sundom. It's a cruel end for a good soldier.
There was more he wanted to do. He spoke of advocating for lasting peace between the Karja and TENAKTH.
Too late for that now.
What will happen to him?
His body will be carried back to Meridian. As a cousin of the Sun King, he will be accorded official rights and buried with honor. No soldier could ask for more.
Why is it too late? I mean, surely we can't blame this on the TENAKTH when they've just been slaughtered as well. Oh my god, hello.
It's too bad about Nazar and Wadis.
At least Nozar went down fighting. As for the Sun Priest, well, no one deserves to go out that way. I'll make sure they're given proper funeral rites. It's the least I can do.
Do you think the Karja will take action against Regala? Seems like you'd have common ground with the TENAKTH.
An expedition of the Karja army into the west could be taken as the start of another invasion. Sun King Avad won't risk it. That said, we can't allow ourselves to be caught unaware by an attack like that again.
Nope.
You said the TENAKTH lands are far to the west. What can I expect to find between here and there?
Well, as I mentioned, you've got a stretch of wilderness known as No Man's Land, and then New Taru farmlands. Past that are the TENAKTH. Their territory is split into 3 clans: Desert, Lowland, and Sky.
Right. I saw their banners at the embassy.
The Desert clan is closest. Ooh, vicious lot. Where everyone else sees an inhospitable wasteland, they see a challenge to dominate. Somewhere beyond the desert is the tribe's capital and the territories of the other 2 clans.
You don't sound certain.
I've only heard the stories. During the Red Raids, the Karja army tried to push into TENAKTH territory, but the United Clans rose up against them, forced them all the way back to the Daunt.
So no one except the TENAKTH really know what's beyond the desert.
Maybe the scholars do, back in Meridian. All those scrolls have to be filled with something, right?
Sure, we talk a lot, don't you?
You mentioned the Utaru tribe. Their lands are between here and the TENAKTH further west?
That's right. Plainsong is their home. They're a peaceful bunch, at least compared to the TENAKTH. More taken to farming than fighting.
It's hard to imagine a bunch of farmers surviving in the Forbidden West.
Make no mistake, they have a fierceness all their own. When the Karja were pushed back during the Red Raids, their warriors chased ours through the burning fields of Plainsong. The Sun King has made several overtures of peace to them as well, but so far, they've declined.
If they're so peaceful, why decline?
Don't know.
Bet we're
I heard
gonna
they have
find
their own
out.
troubles to deal with. Something about a food shortage. You'd think that'd make them open to trade, but no. They just want to be left alone.
People don't mind this, right? I always want to go for every convo option. A, because it's all really well voice acted and framed, blah blah. But I don't know. The game has like pretty good long swathes of gameplay, so I think it's nice to chat, get a feeling for the world and the characters, blah 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 blah.
This area is no man's land.
That it is. The TENAKTH used to attack anyone past Barren Light on sight, but after Avad overthrew the Mad Sun King, he reached out to the other tribes to offer reconciliation. The TENAKTH agreed to a neutral border zone as part of the peace talks. Karja and Oseram have been striking out into the area ever since.
But now, it seems like Regala and her rebel army have moved in.
Well, I'd never call no man's land safe, even in the best of times. The ancient ruins of the Southwest are a testament to that. Remnants of some forgotten war.
It was the best of times, it was the blurst of times, you stupid monkey!
You said there were others who went out when the gates were open before. Like who?
Well, in addition to the salvagers that just went through, there were a couple of other parties of Oseram delvers. Even saw 2 Karja scholars trekking southwest with an Oseram crew. Not sure if they're exceptionally brave or just foolhardy.
Sleepy.
I'd need to be on my way.
Then I wish you luck. The gates will always be open to you should you wish to return. And don't worry about your friends. We'll get them patched up.
I appreciate it.
Sun watch over you, Aloy. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Okay.
Pack's full, but my stash has room.
Let's do some looting. Leveled up. 3 skill points to spend, which is very sexy. So much loot. Got a new face paint. I haven't seen how you actually get face paint. Oh no, I want... Okay. The shield wing is an energy-based glider repurposed from machine technology. Holds square while in the air to deploy and glide. Cool. Now, I don't think that will offer new options.
This is the Forbidden West. A whole new frontier to explore. The coordinates from the spires should lead to Silence and Hades.
New rebel camp.
And just maybe... a backup of Gaia.
What's that going on here?
Easy out there. The blight, the storms, Regala's machine riders. But I'll have to push through it all. Find a way to fix the world. Like Elizabeth would.
So much looting. So much looting. Nearly
The
there.
woman who led the ambush. Regala.
Fox!
There's a lot of machines under her command. There's only one other person who has that kind of knowledge. Silence.
Just nuts. The amount
His
of
angle.
things lying
Might
around.
help to knock the rebels.
Let's grab some more health. I missed that apparently. I haven't been using health potions, so I don't know why they're in my list, because that suggests that I had one at some point, and I used it, but maybe I've been using it by accident. I've definitely not been doing it on purpose. Nearly there. Swords off. We can actually get a proper... I'm building up suspense.
Test the shield wing. Why climb down when I can glide?
Good point. Fair point. Should we grab the bonfire first? Ooh. It's red. Da, 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 da. There's so much loot, my god. Not that I've gained much in terms of the shards. I've been having a look and I've gained like maybe a couple hundred. Oh, excuse me, folks. Bloody Nora. Okay, I think that's probably it, finally. Oh wait, no, not quite. Okay, I think that's probably it. Yeah, right, let's do these skill points. I was working on Survivor mainly, right? Did I unlock anything good? Workbench Expert. Oh, I like that one, yeah. Stamina regen. Well, that does seem... I completely forgot I have a thing. Pew, pew, pew. You know what I mean? Pew, pew, pew. Warrior. I do want to put points in Warrior as well. Because I think we're going to be fighting a lot more... humans, basically. That sounds alright anyway. Power attack. Let's have a look at Infiltrator. Quiet Spear. Silent Strike Plus is decent. Silent Strike Gain is... Stealth... Wait, what's that? Yeah, let's grab that. I'm a ninja. Okay. Map, more importantly. So we've got quite a few things going on here. That's already done, so I hate that keeps showing up. That looks like a cauldron to me. I'm going to turn this off, because we're obviously not doing that for quite... There's quite a lot of stuff along the way, so... That definitely looks like a cauldron. What's this? Struggler Shade. Struggler Shade. Interesting. So I think we're going to go back. Wait, no, that can't be a cauldron. I've been there before. That's back the way we came. Yeah? Yeah, right, let's grab this... Okay, we're going to go there. I was excited for a moment then. I want to do a cauldron. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. Ooh, purple, nice.
Get this from my stash when I need it.
There's a whole new world of animals. They've all got to die, I'm afraid. It's just kind of how it goes. Give it a little cheeky save. I had a brief moment of panic before because what I've been doing is just loading the game up and loading into my thingy with like quick resume on PS5. I've not had to go to a save point. I've not had to do anything else because the game's always loading into the point that I exited, basically. That arrow curved like crazy. I've never had to worry about it. The game will automatically go where I want it to go, right? It's just kind of like resuming the game rather than loading up a save. But the game updated. Patch is 1.0.5. And that meant I lost the quick resume, so I did actually have to...
It worked!
Whee!
Wow, okay. Guess I can leap off just about any cliff now.
Guess you can, Aloy. Guess you can. Oh, Charge Horn ends up down here as well. Jesus. Corruption! Spooky! Grab some lovely... Oh, look at the little fishies! I'm sorry, little fishies. Taking their home away from them. Oh, here we are. No Man's Land. Not quite the Forbidden West quite yet. It's going to take us many hours in Forbidden West, the game, to reach the Forbidden West. Look at that, though. Look at blim blam in that. Okay, maybe I want a screenshot. Not yet. Where am I going? What is that? Maybe I haven't been there? I must have been there. What is it? I don't remember. Is it just... Oh, no, it's a cave kind of thing. I do remember vaguely.
This'll break my fall.
Whee! Yep, love that. Big fan.
Light's taking over the land out here, too.
Got this
This must be
campfire.
the salvagers I met in Barren Light. Looks like something's going on.
Man, look at this. Oh no. Look how much we've done. Oh god. I say look how much we've done. We don't even finish this bit yet. That's crazy. So a document. A scroll. A hastily written report written in rough glyphs. Okay, went to plain song like you asked. And turned up the charm. So here's my report on the proposed trade deal with the Utaro. Won't work. First of all, these people dislike outsiders and deeply distrust anything related to the Karja. Can't blame them there, but that means the alliance with the Sun King of Ard puts it at a serious disadvantage. I thought it'd be smart to profile the Zosaram as friendlier than their barbaric neighbours in the Clanlands, but that didn't sit very well. I guess he has some kind of truce going on that we don't know about. Bottom line, the Utaro consider us less trustworthy than the TENAKTH. Imagine that. Second, to put it bluntly, the Utaro are weird. They're extremely protective of anything that's considered alive, and that includes the local hops you want so badly. To them, it's not just a crop, it's sacred or something. The idea of putting some in our grubby little hands disgusted them. Third, and most importantly, they're starving. The blight is attacking their crops, and most of them won't eat meat. They wouldn't hand over what little grain they have for all the cogs in the claim. As you can probably tell by now, the visit didn't go very well. I haven't seen that many frowns since my cousin ran off with a Karja. I tried introducing them to mainspring ale to smooth things over, but they weren't interested. You know what they drink? Leaf infusions. That's just dirt water. You're not wrong, buddy. You're not wrong.
Ever given you anything less than perfection?
I always feel like I need to save when I see one of these. And we have another note. Done with delving, a journal full of precise, careful glyphs. We took payment for the haul. I got more in one sale than in the last 4 delves combined, and the machines are endless. For every one we turn to scrap, another springs up in its place. No worries about us running short of salvage. And thank the fires of the forge for that. I was getting too stiff for delving. The climbs, the crouching, the crowbarring, even with the knee armor I invented. All too much for these old bones. Not to mention the competition. Ever since those damn Shadow Karja found weapons in the ruins, every bandit and ruffian seems to think they'll find something that'll make them invincible. If a fall or a mistake with a machine doesn't kill you, those leeches will. The ruins used to be quiet and empty, special places. Now people treat them like storehouses. I guess the times have just moved past me. So I put my shards into the scrap camp. They will always be younger hunters, but the skills I got in the delve have taught me how to carve up machines in a way that'll get the best price. Should keep my belly full until it's time to head back to the claim and retire. So I guess that's from, I can't tell because we're all looking fancy. This guy? No. This guy.
If it isn't the savior of Meridian, and of my very own operation. Larend, say hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
You know, if it weren't for this one, I probably wouldn't be standing here right now. Oh, nasty business. What the TENAKTH did back at the embassy. But everyone in Barren Light is thankful you drove them off.
So this is your salvage operation.
You won't find a better place to trade machine parts in the West. And soon we'll be trading in more than just that. For too long, the West has been, well, forbidden. Dangerous. But what if I told you we could make an armor so tough, so infallible, that you'd never have to worry about survival out here again?
I'd be curious to take a look at it.
Of course you would. And that's why I've asked my most talented salvagers to find what they need to make that armor. Each of them will present their work to me. The best protection will go on sale to hunters, just like you.
Lucky me.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some business to attend to back in Chainscrape. Larend can take care of you while I'm gone. Can't wait to see what you come up with, my boy.
Leave it to me. It'll blow all the others out of the forge. You have got to help me.
What are you talking about?
The armor. I made a dozen versions of it, but none of them were good enough. And there are other crews further west. If they make better armor than mine, I can kiss that keg full of shards goodbye.
So you get a prize if Karif picks your armor?
A big one. And I finally have the perfect design. I just need the right parts, and fast. So maybe you'd be willing to pick up a contract and get them for me?
What would I be looking for?
Shell walker containers. Their plating's made to withstand a lot of damage. It'll make the perfect armor. I know it.
I think I can handle that.
Ah, thank the forge. All right. We scouted out a herd near here. Here's the contract. It'll tell you everything you need to know. You take the machines down. My people will pick up the containers.
I'll give this a closer look later. Thanks.
I'm counting on you, Aloy.
I actually love this guy's voice actor. He's so good. Do you not sell things?
Aloy, you managed to...
I'm working on it.
No, guess not. Oh yeah, there we go, trade. Oh, he's useless. Cool. Now I can sell some stuff. Valuables. Ancient toothpick. It is. It's not a penknife. It's a bottle opener.
Good call. Make this armor
Okie dokie.
work. I know I can.
Right. Charge aside. Wait. Well, where's this nearby herd? Do I have to go find it myself? That's crazy. Oh, salvage contract. It is actually a thing. Okay, show a map. So that's all the way over there. Got so many. Where's this rebel camp? Okay, I want to do that as well. Man. I see that. Yeah, it's not going to show me. Okay, so let's head. There's too much to do. It's very disconcerting. I need to get to that tall strider. Ideally. I think maybe we go like that. We'll do like a little loop in this area. And we'll have a little explorer along the way. Let's head, first of all, north of Light for the rebel camp. This is, you'll remember, the...
That contract before going on the hunt.
Oh, do I have to actually read it? Man, stupid signal lenses. Where would it be? I don't think this is what she meant, is it? I can't believe how many machines there are in this game. It's crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy stuff. I don't really have a clue. Onwards! I was considering if I wanted to go all the way over here for this bloody fox, but I think it'll be worth it eventually. Hello. Yo. They're frozen in time, that's awesome. Burp. I know, Aloy, I'm sorry. Oh, the rebel camp is the one for the quest. Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll find this in my stash later.
Okay, I guess we should go a little sneaky. When I find the entrance, anyway.
Some kind of outpost. With pens. That might be where Regala's keeping her machines.
That can't be the best way in, surely. Aha! Here we go. Here we blim blam and go.
Okay. I'm in. I have to clear out this place before I can look around.
Kill the rebels and their machines. Oh, hello. Oh, he's got a hat on. Can't kill them if they've got a hat on. That messed up there. Messed up so bad. I can't silent strike if he's mounted. Screw it.
Why did we have to stay behind to guard tame machines? We should be out there fighting.
Someone needs to keep an eye on them. Regala will run us through if we lose any more.
It wasn't our fault. The ground opened up out of nowhere.
Huh. See if she cares for that excuse.
These helmets are ruining my life, I tell you.
I need backup.
Hee. My ammo. Oh, hello. We're having a party, apparently. think maybe... what I need to do is... What's it do? That's a lot of charges. Oh.
I knew it!
Whoops, daisy. Come here, you. Thank you. Maybe.
Depends. Not that many machines. Where'd they all go?
What I need to
Better check in
do
that cave.
is use the super powerful duper duper bow, right? Maybe that'll do enough. I think being in stealth will help as well. Being in stealth, use super duper bow, and maybe that'll be enough to pop through the helmet. Because otherwise, I can't really sneaky kill this. Maybe I need to put more points in sneaky kill. I think I'm going to put more points in sneaky kill. It's just my concern with it is, these were never the hard parts of the game, right? These camps and stuff like this. In the last game, humans were never that much of a challenge, from what I remember. The challenge was always the big machines. So I always kind of feel like that's what you should be gearing your build towards. And I feel like for that, maybe traps is more helpful than I'm giving it credit for. I think I want to probably get that machine breaker thing. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. I have so many charger horns. Too many, some would say. I would say too many. Where's this cave? Are you a cave? You sure look like a cave. Congratulations on being a cave.
Might be my way across. Well, that's one half of the bridge. How to drop the other side?
Don't know.
Looks like there are a couple of weak points. Ropes attached to the bridge. There. Bridge is down.
I can't remember how I do any of it. That's my high volley. There, that's how you do that. Okay, remember that. How do I change my... I've got Stealth Stalker active. I can't remember how to change my Valor Surge. There's always so much going on in these games. What the hell happened here?
Bristleback. It looks like it fell into a tunnel. So the rebels were keeping bristlebacks here. The machines fell into the tunnel, which must have collapsed as they ran further in. What if Alvin's explosives created the sinkhole? I should head back to Chainscrape to let Javad know.
Well, I didn't know. Okay. Oh, is that another camp? It is, well, okay. Bit weird to have two right next to each other. Yeah, we'll go back to... We will go back, but I'm not really in any rush to do so. First step is figure out a way out of here. Maybe through the door. Oh no, it's a controversial idea. Let's see if it works. Did indeed. I was actually a little not convinced there for a moment. Look at this place, man. Burb.
It looks like the rebels have a camp in addition to those machine pens. I should see what they're up to. They've
Chill.
got riders patrolling the area.
Nope, not chill.
Gotta be careful.
Wargs! Wargs! Yeah. Yeah.
I've been spotted.
No, I mean, of course we've been spotted, Aloy. What are you saying? Okay. Okay. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. I'm just maxing out, just getting whatever I can. I mean, it's always the same pieces, admittedly. But I'm never going to lack for charger horns.
I can get it for
If
myself.
nothing else, I will always have charger horns. I don't even know who's seeing me right here. Someone apparently is.
Someone's been killed over here.
What? There's no one there. Am I crazy? Whatever. Oh, hello.
You see that too?
I bet I can climb the wall there. Maybe find a way into the camp.
Ah, fuck. Got a headshot that.
Through. If I want to figure out what's going on here, I need to find whoever's in charge.
Oh, no ammo. Bear with me. Alright, calm down, love.
Surprise!
Getting a bit of bloody aggro, aren't you? I have an itchy nose. Okay. Good for the old XP, if nothing else. I wonder if I'm over-leveled, under-leveled, appropriately leveled. I wish I had like an auto-loot option. Oh, got my nose. Ah, itchy. Hello? Rebels. Could you give me a yell so I know where you are? You know, a rebel yell? Get it? I get it. No. I wasn't sure. It looked like the rope from earlier, you know? Who is looking? Someone here. I can hear people shouting constantly, but... I see something shiny. Wait, silent strike? On who? What? What are you on about? Oh, hey. You need to pay attention more, love. So do I, apparently.
Messed up, gone. We stay alert.
There's tons of them up there. I'm very confused by this place. I feel like it's bugged a little bit.
Let's find that Nora.
Please do, honestly. I'll have a little poke around myself, I suppose. This game does the same thing that Dying Light 2 does, where it keeps repeating the same information, even though I clearly don't need it anymore. What am I trying to do here? I don't know. I guess kill everyone. That's usually the idea. Oh, no, I'm stuck. Oh. It's a weird area. Like, I don't think I'm being very subtle in how I move about, so why is no one trying to... Oh, there's one. Oh, when you get a nice hit, it's a very satisfying sound, I'll give it that much. Must be a way up there. Oh, hello. I'm not sure if I can jump from there, but I'm going to try. Ah. Honey, I'm home.
Help! No!
Just giving it a go, really. Ooh. Ninja mode, ninja mode.
You coming with me? You think she's over that way? Oh.
Ninja mode. Didn't last very long. Oh, it's still going. Did you? I think I'd rather have to damage the range damage one. But as I say, would not have a clue how to change it at this point. I think I have to do it from the menu, from the skill menu.
I think one of these structures is a command center.
Really? Beautiful. So strong, great shield, are you, buddy boy?
Let's find out what these guys are up to.
Lovely stuff. We did it! So I got a weird question mark. But we did it. Oh, hello, it's a cheeky one. I love a cheeky one. What are we dealing with? Superior supply cache. Cache Blaison. Wow. It's actually not that much stuff. Although it depends what the Blaison and I look at these. No, that's sad.
I'll stash this away for later.
Okay, let's find out what they were doing. Oh, come on. Okay.
Loyal TENAKTH, hear me. I was told a soldier from this camp goaded one of the sons of Prometheus into an altercation. You would do well to remember that our allies are responsible for providing the machines that we shall ride to glory. The next fool who interferes with them will be eviscerated and left in the desert for carrion. There will be no second warning. Will that be sufficient?
Yeah, that should prevent your people from butting heads with mine. You have my thanks, Regala.
May our pact lead to victory.
So Regala's not working alone. These sons of Prometheus gave her the ability to override machines.
I assume that's Silent's thing, but then who's Silent's working with to make this happen? Who's the woman that we just heard? Curiouser and curiouser. Oh, I'm not done yet. Good thing I turned around, really. There are things that are shiny that were not shiny before, you see.
A map of the Daunt. Tracking movement in and out of barren light. With emphasis on the fort's weak points. Looks like they were trying to stock up on blaze. Enough to blow up something big. They're gonna blow up barren light. Make a hole big enough to fit an entire army. So Regala plans on invading the Sundown. At least when she gets an army big enough to do it. I have to get rid of that blaze.
I do, but where is it? If I was Blaze, I'd be very happy for having such a cool boy name. Oh, he's over there.
Gliding in.
New obsession? It's a dude. One thing I don't see, you dude.
I've got to get rid of any blaze that's lying around.
Oh, that proper boosted my Shingo Shango mode. Instantly. Nice.
Blaze.
Boop! That's one way to do it.
Enough here to take out half of barren light. Prisoner. Oseram, I think.
Oh, for a brief moment I was worried that he was behind the blaze. How am I going to get you out of here, pal? Ah.
Hey, I'm here to help. You okay?
Yeah, no. Thanks, Red.
What? Where'd he go? Okay, whatever. Just kind of disappeared on me. Rude. And now we can save and fast travel from here, which is pretty cool beans. Okay, so apparently this was the first one I did, but didn't I just do this one? I guess I didn't count because it wasn't a random rebel camp. It was part of like the storyline kind of thing, I suppose. I think I want to go grab this tall neck. I know we need to head back. We don't want to do that. That's for these. Oh, maybe I should. Right here, I'm near a camp. Yeah, okay. Crumple, crumple. Only because I'm right next to a campfire. What quest is it again? No. Yeah. So I was going to go to the wrong place. Oh, it's all the way back in Chainscrape. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to fast travel now, aren't we? Anyway, I need to stretch. Oh, oh, Jesus. My shoulders have not recovered from yesterday. Oh. And it's bloody leg day. Right, it's so weird that you load in this people surrounding you. I think it's probably worth getting some of these early skills because these are all cheaper. Now, I don't care about any of these skills, it must be said. I don't think any of these are good. I don't like any of these at all. Actually, all 4 of these skills feel like a waste to me, unironically. But I do want Part Breaker. So, you know, 85%. And that's going to be really good against bosses as well. That's why I'm thinking about it. Because bosses tend to have, like, big, heavy weaponry that you want to break off. So 85% tear and damage against those components and weak spots is obviously super high value. So we're going to start working on it. We can't even override machines right now. I mean, that won't necessarily be useless. Maybe that will be useful later on. Machine health or heavy lifter. We'll get machine health. Great, can I upgrade these straight? Like, can I just upgrade on here? I don't know. Want to upgrade... Oh, it's not terrible, actually. I can see toughened being useful for bosses as well. I want to equip Range Master. Okay. Nice to see you too. And it's nighttime. This is actually the first time we played at night, I believe. I don't remember playing at nighttime. I was going to remark on it earlier whether... I don't know whether it's... maybe it's been locked to certain times of day for this initial questing period or something. Hey, Javad.
So, you've returned from the west. Any luck?
The bristlebacks were being penned by TENAKTH rebels on the other side of the mountains. Ulvin's explosives opened up a sinkhole, dropping them into the tunnels.
Which they followed to the mine and out into the Daunt.
Right. Aside from the rebels, if anyone is to blame for the bristlebacks, it's Ulvin.
Radiant beams of the sun. And all this time he was pointing the finger at us. Bring Ulvin here. Petra, too.
I know that face all too well.
What's going on? Something's...
There goes Ulvin.
Summoned like a blasted ale winch. You best be meaning to put pen to parch.
What's Petra doing with the magistrate?
Are the cards you're going to sign the concession?
What? Why's she here?
I live here too, lugnut. So what's this about?
Thanks to the Savior, the sun has shown the truth on the bristleback incursion. TENAKTH rebels were keeping pens of machines on the other side of the mountains. A sinkhole swallowed them, releasing them into the underground tunnels that led east and out into the Daunt.
So it was an accident, but let us not forget that it was the Karja...
I'm not done. The sinkhole only formed due to your unauthorized blasting in the southern mine, Ulvin. You are responsible for the machine rampage, the workers we lost, the destruction the bristlebacks caused. All of it.
My dear magistrate, has your precious son baked your senses? I would never give such an order without first consulting you.
Evidence says otherwise. Aloy found the shipping manifest in the mine. You skirted the laws of the Sundom, Ulvin. All for a few extra shards.
Greedy as ever. And you almost drowned your other miners, and sent that oversized tool over there to intimidate a bunch of refugees.
I demand an official investigation. I won't be the victim of some Carja scheme.
Certainly. We'll conduct a thorough inquest into everything. The bristlebacks, the mine, the refugees. Every business deal you ever put your name to.
Well, that's not necessary, is it? What if I just return to the claim?
Oh, well, that would save the crown the cost.
Of course. I'll be on my way as soon as I wrap up some previous commitments, tie up some loose ends. After all, the welfare of Chainscrape's people in a transition like this...
Nope, you're leaving right now. Chainscrape will be just fine.
You think she can run this scorched-out forged dump? Ha! Knock yourself out.
Get out!
Oh, don't want you, don't need
Down
you.
with all that!
Sergeant Ray!
Get off me!
Mud looks good on you, Alvind.
As the sun burns away shadow. Thank you for that, Aloy.
Well, he had it coming.
Here, please accept this token of gratitude. You've done the Sundom and my sanity a great service. And I believe we have some matters to discuss.
Guess we do. Not the most pleasant boots to fill, but I'll wear them. All thanks to you, Flamehair.
What a wholesome ending.
Okay.
Skill
Chainscrape
points.
will be better off with Petra in charge.
Skill points. Okay, so I think we're basically done with Chainscrape now. I mean, I've still got all these unblockable, unmovable, unbreachable. Why are there two campfires so close? Oh, because that one's way up in the mountains. All these paths I can't get past quite yet. That one I don't understand. Like, why is it? Fulfill Laren's contracts. Convoy ambush. What? What? What does that mean? Find other salvage camps. Oh! Fulfill Laren's Oh! Right, so this contract is part of this contract. So that's over there. Okay, so we're going to work our way down there. We're not in like any mad rush. I want to go do those ruins next. Forget the turtleneck. We'll get there eventually. Let's go to the ruins next, I think. I'm just going to kind of work our way west until we hit the turtleneck. We'll grab that, then we'll do the contracting. That sounds like a plan. Let's do some skill points. So let's grab this machine thingy I wanted. Heartbreaker. Oh no, 3 skill points. They know it's baller. Okay, what else is there down here? Set machine to either aggressive or defensive. I just don't see why that would be any good. Mounted defense, don't care about that. Splitting straight, don't care about that. Machine elemental. Overridden machines, don't care about that. I mean, maybe I do. Maybe you can make your overridden machines absolutely insane. But it just doesn't seem like it's going to be high value to me. Yo, that sounds amazing. Chain damage. Damn. All the others just seem... every ability here just... I don't know, maybe it's viable. My concern with this is the concern I always have for this. In that, can you rely on this in a boss encounter or something like that? So I think we're just getting Heartbreaker, and then we're probably ignoring this for a while. I think I want to focus a little bit more on traps than I have. I think traps tend to be useful. Even if it's just like this one, and what's this? Recover more... No, that's from things... No, I don't care about that. Okay, I don't think I care about most of these. But I'd like to, like, grab Quick Trapper and stuff like that. God, I think it's going to be melee, you know. I think it's going to be mainly this one that we're going to go back to focusing on. I think concentration is going to be a really big deal. We shall see. I will think about it, but we'll get Machine Break next. Thank you very much for joining me, my lovely ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you folks very soon. Cheers, much as always. Bye-bye.